Good afternoon, honorable jury and respectful colleagues. My name is Ангеліна Козій. I'm a member of Romenський Junior Academy of Sciences. I studied the ninth form of Romenський Lyceum number 1, named after P. Kалnишевський. Let me present my research project on the topic verbal means of expressing the national character of the Ukrainian people, on the materials of the speeches of Boris Johnson and Rishі Sunak on the Russian-Ukrainian war. Studying the verbal means of the Ukrainian national character in foreign mass media publications allows us to understand how Ukraine is perceived at the international level. Its analysis determines how Ukrainian identity is highlighted in foreign media and in the speeches of Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak, and which aspects are considered to be key for the representation of the national character. This topic gives us a deep understanding of how the war is perceived and expressed in foreign media, and how it affects the international perception of Ukraine and its national character. The aim of the research is to analyze verbal means of expressing the national character of the Ukrainian people, based on the speeches of Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak about the Russian-Ukrainian war. Every nation has its own worldview, manner of behavior, and unique characteristics. Otto Bayer believed that national character is a combination of physical and spiritual traits that distinguish one nation from another. Sometimes stereotypes and perceptions of a particular nation influence the idea of national character. For example, Ukrainians have long been known for their struggle for freedom and independence. This has led to the formation of an adventurous and Cossack-like character type. With the beginning of Russian invasion in Ukraine, each time political figures expressed their judgments and opinions on this matter. When discussing the tragic consequences of these events, they passionately speak about Ukrainians as brave people who, despite everything, are fighting for their independence and freedom. The impact of speeches and statements by Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak on attitudes towards the Russian-Ukrainian war was directed towards expressing support for Ukraine and condemning Russian aggression. They use different means and devices to describe the Ukrainian people in as much detail as possible, aiming to shape the public's perception of them and gain support. Verbal means selected from speeches are of interest for research because they serve as a source of information about the national character of the Ukrainian people for the English-speaking public. That is, they shape the perceptions of other people about Ukrainians. In the research project, the analysis of lexical, stylistic, and physiological stylistic means and devices of expressing the national character of the Ukrainian people in Russian-Ukrainian war was made. In the speeches of Boris Johnson, the following phrases were used. I salute the bravery of the ordinary people of Ukraine. This is a vivid example that emphasizes that Ukrainians are a brave nation because everybody joined the fight against Russia in order to inevitably win. Ukrainian liberty and independence. It reflects the desire for freedom and independence of Ukraine as a national ideal. The statement, their cheerfulness and their courage indicate the characteristic features of the Ukrainian people such as vigor, a high level of bravery, and determination in difficult situations. Cultural dynamic of Ukraine. This expression can be used to emphasize the optimism, cheerfulness, and courage of Ukrainians who show a positive attitude and willingness to overcome difficulties. In turn, Rishi Sunak uses the following phrases. I saw Ukraine's incredible spirit, a spirit, yes, of strength and defiance, but also of ingenuity and innovation. This expression is used to express admiration or support for the great determination and strength of the Ukrainian people in various aspects of life. A startup nation with a thriving tech sector reflects positive impression and points to Ukraine as a state that actively supports and develops startup innovative approach and entrepreneurial activity. In fact, the war has only proved how much Ukraine has to offer. In the speech, it's used to emphasize that the war has become a great trial for Ukraine. How much they treasure the life and the bustle and the freedom, creates a positive image of Ukrainians and emphasizes the valuable aspects of their lifestyle. In the speeches of these famous politicians, a clear position regarding their attitude towards the Ukrainian people can be traced. The second point of the practical part includes the analysis of physiological stylistic expressive means and devices of expressing the national character of the Ukrainian people in the Russian-Ukrainian war based on the speeches of Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak. In their speeches, political figures use the following artistic means: epithet, metonymy, and metaphor. A sovereign European country. Episodes emphasize that he clearly understands the desire of Ukrainians to be on an equal footing with other European nations. Innocent and beautiful country. Describes the Ukrainian nation as peaceful and honest, and the Russian invasion was not provoked by anything. Dreams of peaceful, prosperous, independent Ukraine. Boris Johnson depicted the original dream of every Ukrainian to live in a free country and in peace. Something beautiful is blooming. It's a flower that the whole world can see and admire. This metonymy emphasizes the beauty of the Ukrainian nation. A vivid example of metaphors is, the people of Ukraine are paying in their blood. It refers to the struggle with Russia in the war for independence. So, with the help of these vivid examples, a conclusion was made that Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak depict Ukrainians as brave, loving, honest, intelligent, and European nations. Thank you for your attention. I will be glad to answer your questions.